All right, check it out. Joining me today is a sensational young lady, Otoli Tubalake, by posting a video of herself ecula on Instagram. Kabanga. Now she has an incredible debut album out now, which we're gonna get into. Please help me welcome Freya. How are you? Are you good, Freya?
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for joining us. So am I saying your name correctly? Is it Freya?
It's Freya. I was about to correct you. Yeah, it's like
Freya,
but with an S. Yes.
Because I could actually feel that I'm not saying it correctly, you know, like Freya, like what is that? So it's Freya. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you for availing yourself. So, Freya, you have an accounting degree. Is this correct?
Yeah. I was actually working in finance, and then I left officially last year in January to do music full time.
So here's my thing, right? I believe that accounting pays a lot more and a lot more consistently than being an artist. But yet, here you are making music. So what made you choose the arts over accounting?
I think so many things. I think firstly is it's important that I went through that phase in my life, because having, the business acumen and all of that is necessary, to actually succeed in the music business, right? And the second thing was I wanted to do something that made me happy. So I think everything tied in together nicely, because I needed the background of working with people, managing people, you know what I mean? Like how to understand money and how it works. And now I was ready for the other side of my life, which was doing what I love to do, and that's what I did.
When you put it like that, it's almost like accounting is the perfect a background to have when you're going into the music industry, actually,
exactly.
Right? That's actually crazy. So what did your family say about this? Because, I mean, they're accountants who wants to be an artist, I'm sure there was, an awkward moment.
They were not happy. My dad, I think slowly, he might be coming around. My siblings get it though, because I think like anyone, I think the major thing is just about like the financial aspect of things. But I'm doing quite okay for myself, and I think because they see that, they now understand. Okay, all right, so you can actually make a living as an artist, and so I think slowly but surely they're seeing vision.
So you really had to reach for the happiness you currently have. You actually really had to fight for it.
I had to. You have to.
That's crazy. So you have you've had more than a few songs placed on TV shows, not just any TV shows, massive shows. I mean, I think this is an interesting strategy, because most artists will just put out an album or put out a single and push sales, social media, that's it. But you are out here getting extra reach and extra cash, by having your songs played in Blood and Water, the SABC 3 series, Kingdom, Lockdown, the show, Jiva on Netflix, and that's just to name a few. So how did you think of this strategy, and was it tough to execute?
It's so cool that I think now it's coming off as strategic, but I think in the midst of it, it wasn't like that at all. It was, I think, just the timing, and then I think just like God connected things for it to come off that way, because I remember I literally just posted a cover of me singing Adele's song One and Only. And this guy called Mandla, he works for Black Brain and SABC 1, and they were working on a show. And then he DM'd me, he was like, listen, you really sing, can you write music, etc., etc. I was like, yeah, no, I can write. I'd never written like a proper song in my life. I was like, oh, I can do it. And then he was like, okay, so let's meet tomorrow. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to learn how to write music by the next day? But I went there, I was brave. I'm like, you know what, I bet on myself. And I believe in myself, so let's see how this goes. So we had the meeting, he told me this day about the show, and then I wrote the song, and when I sang it for them, they were like, okay, that's the theme song. Then I was like, okay, cool, so this is something that's in me that I just need to tap into, because I've loved music since I was a child. So I think because of that, I think it just connected really well. And then other opportunities started coming in television, and Netflix started happening. And yeah, so I think now that we've seen that that's kind of a sweet spot, we use it in the best way that we can. And so it happened that we used it for the release, which was perfect.
Sweet. Will we be seeing you on any one of these shows as an actor maybe, or you are strictly a musician?
I am strictly a musician, but I would love to do like a cameo. Like where I don't really have to say much because I don't like to do that. But yeah.
I get you. All right, so since you're strictly a musician, right, you have your debut album out now. First ever album. It's called Balance. Your team was kind enough to send your album through. I've listened to a few songs. So I would just like to know, Changes really, really blew my mind. So what's the biggest takeaway you would like someone, to appreciate about you when listening to Balance, your album?
Oh, that's such a good question. I think what I want people to take away from this album is to accept yourself fully, the way that I did. And that's why you hear throughout the body of work that it's not just one sound. It's different emotions, it's different parts of who I am. And you need all those different parts of you to be a balanced individual, to give people the full experience of who you are, So that's what I hope that people take away from the body of work. Yeah.
All right, cool. And what would you say to encourage someone who hasn't listened to Balance, your debut album, to actually go out and get it? So what would you say to that person?
Oh my. Listen to the music, Just listen to the music.
Just listen to the music. You could make that a hashtag, put it on a t-shirt, right? Just listen to the music. Thank you so much for your time, Freya. We really appreciate you. I'm really excited to see, where your career takes you. I mean, your club bangers like Fire, and then you brought it down to Afro Pops with Calculate. It was really, it was interesting. I'm first of all waiting to see who you're going to collaborate with, and secondly, I just want to I want to see what else you got. I'm really excited for you. So shout out to you, Freya.
No, thank you guys so much for having me. I had so much fun.